Archie Manning.
Attaboy! We
Ding,
got a
ding, ding,
winner.
ding. Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
do.
All right, hold on the phone. Dr. Crane will take care of you. Thank you, buddy.
We'll put you on hold, Josh.
There
All
we
right,
go.
there you go. There's a winner. You know what? I'll tell you what. We will do this again in the second hour.
Gotcha. Love
We
it.
have another pair of tickets to give away. We'll do this in the second hour. 615-737-1025, our question of the day.
If you go back in time and play for any head coach in any sport, anytime, who would you play for? Chase says Jimmy Johnson. I would have loved to play football for Vince Lombardi. No wrong answers. 615-737-1025. Which head coach in history would you have loved to have played for?
Christopher Bell, NASCAR driver at the bottom of the hour. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game here on this Tuesday. He is Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Hope you're having an awesome day. We'll get back to trivia and give heart tickets away later in the hour. Christopher Bell, NASCAR driver, going to join us at 10:30 as well. We were just watching this on the Twitter, but Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final was last night. Matthias Ekholm, former Predator, scores first for Edmonton. They were up 1-0. Florida comes battling back. They end up winning the game. What was it, 4-1? Yep. I think was the final score.
4-1.
They end up winning, and so they take a 2-0 series lead as the series shifts to Edmonton. I would not count the Oilers out yet. I think going home, that's going to be an awesome atmosphere. I was looking last night. There were empty seats for a Stanley Cup Final game in Florida, but I think it'll be an awesome atmosphere in Edmonton. Hopefully their number one fan will be there cheering them on. I really hope we see her again. But but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but isn't Celine Dion like one of the biggest fan? Isn't she?
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
Her heart will go on. I know.
Can you retweet that video of the Oilers' biggest fan?
Yeah.
And then we'll see you on the city bus headed
She may
home.
not be the biggest. Never mind.
I love Celine Dion. Just putting that out there. Phenomenal voice.
Can I just be honest with you? Like, I mean this in all sincerity. I can see you, like, first row to Celine Dion concert, like tears just flowing down your face, singing every word.
I'll take her out to dinner.
We'd
have a blast.
I'd be right behind you, buddy. I'm a big fan, too.
Come along. We'll all have dinner with Celine Dion.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, some of those songs she sings could bring a tear to a glass eye.
I knew that was coming.
So,
But did you see the video that's circulating, because he's an absolute legend? Charles Barkley, who picked the Oilers. You know, TNT has obviously the NBA and the NHL.
Right.
So he every now and then Shaq or Chuck will crash the NHL set, and it's hilarious when they do.
Does he have any idea where Edmonton is? I mean, does he know
I don't know if he could point it out on a map or not, but his argument would be like a lot of people probably couldn't point Auburn, Alabama out on a map
That's
either.
true,
But
yeah.
so he does an interview with Sportsnet, the Canadian network, and accidentally dropped an F-bomb. And as soon as he said it, he goes, "Oops, sorry about that."
Oh my goodness!
And you can't help but laugh because it's Chuck.
Do we? We've had a discussion before about this, but I mean, in the NHL home office, I know. I mean, Florida Edmonton is not striking excitement.
It's not. But I mean, they're probably the two best teams.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I know. I get all that. Like the NBA to me is like the final is like. I mean, I used to watch every game of the NBA Finals.
I watched Game 2 the other night, and the first half was a lot of fun. And then Boston just kind of flipped into another gear. And
I mean, I'm rooting for Boston because of Cornette. I think it's a great story. I'd love to see him win.
So I had a cousin that used to be like number 2 with Dallas because he and Cuban were really tight. And when Cuban sold, you know, a majority of the team, he went and did other things. But that was the time I went to a game. I was in town for seeing family, and I met up with the Preds because they were playing the Stars, and we all decided to go to the Mavs game. And my cousin was like, "Hey, I'll leave you a ticket at Will Call," and I go, "Okay, cool." So I go and I get it, and I'm thinking, all right, you know, comp seats, things like that. And I look at it, and the value on it was $800, and I'm like, huh? And it was second row floor.
Good.
And that close to a basketball game, you know, before like that, like an NBA game.
Would you think being that close? Do you think? And I think they are. I think NBA players are the greatest athletes on the planet.
Yeah. I mean, it was so Dirk Nowitzki walked by me, and I was like, holy cow.
They're gigantic.
Yeah. I mean, I've always felt tall. I felt short next to all those guys. And this was the year that they were playing the Warriors. This was the year that the Warriors only lost 9 games and broke the record. I was at one of the losses because Steph didn't play.
Oh, well done there, Chase, on that.
So, but that was, I'll tell you what was significant about that game. That was, so John Jenkins was with, I want to say he was with Dallas. And then what's his name that went to Belmont?
Rick Bird,
No. You know
Brad Paisley,
No.
Trisha Yearwood.
You're not helping me.
Who else? Florida Georgia Line. They went to Belmont.
No.
Tyler Hubbard, Brian Kelly,
No, the basketball player.
Casey Alexander,
No.
Dylan Windler.
No. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I can't remember his name now. Windhurst.
No.
Belmont.
Somebody help me. 615-737-1025.
Played in the NBA.
Yeah.
Windler. No,
No,
he
it
got drafted
wasn't.
by the Cavs.
No, it was
Garrison Matthews. He went to Lipscomb, though.
I don't know, man. I'm stumped on that right now.
Ian Clark.
Ian Clark.
That's who it was.
Gosh, I forgot all about him. Yeah. He had a nice
Yeah.
little career.
Yeah. It was Ian Clark.
Yep.
So there were several Nashville connections in that game,
including you.
including me. And
You're like-
Willie was there. Vengen was there. Vengen went to that game. We and Pete. We all got credentials, so we went in the locker room afterwards, and we're like talking to different guys.
Did you talk to John Jenkins?
Yeah, that's who we went to see.
You're like, what up, Jay?
I
You're like, what up, C?
Nope, that was not quite it.
They
But
do all that. The Titans end their OTAs today. Do you care?
do what?
The the Titans OTA, right? Does it end today? Aren't the rookies here for like another week or something?
In the the fact that this isn't a drop yet, we need to make this a drop. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. I actually think it might be a drop, somewhere, but like
That's a great drop.
I
That's a
am
great-
here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care. Just get to training camp. And look,
Oh man,
I say this with all love because Stillman is one of the best I have ever seen about taking a quote unquote topic from OTAs and turning it into something and getting 5 days out of it. So kudos to him. But I am so sick and tired of it. I'm just ready
I'm
to
here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
feel free to drop that,
That needs
anytime.
to be bring your ass, and that one need to be just regulars.
Anytime to do that. I still laugh
And
about.
Saban has a good one too. Like when he goes, I don't know, but when I figure it out, I'm probably not going to tell you.
I want to see some more TV graphics like Titans defense looking strong in OTAs. I gave.
know.
It's just funny.
I know. And look, we all are in that it's June and
We need a break from a
You
little
know,
bit because once it hits in late July, it's all good because you got
Sure.
content to talk about and go forward with everything. But now it's just like, yeah, okay. all
like
right.
if we just asked our question was, hey, do you want us to sit and talk about the same stuff over and over again with the Titans and OTAs? And everybody said yes, then we would do it. But it's like, I think everybody's sick. It's just like, just get to training camp.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that.
I was listening yesterday, and Jared was talking about Rexroad and Koharski bitching about not being able to talk to certain players. like that there's a new rule that it's only like 5 different players, which I get. I'm on their side on that, but it's like, this is where we're at.
Well, not only that, but see, we go back, and that's the thing that Paul and I kind of wrestled a little bit, and you were part of this for a little bit. You're a lot younger than us. Is that it was so open, and like in the '90s and the 2000s. I remember I told you this story. You know, Fisher would come over to us at camp and say, "Hey, do you mind turning the camera off? It's a trick play. We're not going to." Yeah, fine. We turn the camera away.
But you'd be there for the whole practice.
Whole practice, and it'd be great. And so now it's like you get 15 minutes. You can shoot guys stretching. And then basically that's it. And you used to be
So
able to
here's-
get locker room and get, and that's where the thing I would get fun stories because you get a guy at his locker and say, "Hey, you used to work at Dairy Queen growing up." You know,
Yeah.
Now when you do that, you got to do it in front of 8 different people. So
Right.
you'd have other people stealing your story. It's like, this sucks.
Well, and here's my thing, because I remember those days, and Coach has talked about it when he's been in here, of that there was a trust, but it was also like, if you come out and when you shoot practice, right, you're shooting a specific player usually, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so your shot is so tight on, at the time, McNair or Vince Young or whoever, that you can't really see the formation. You can't really see what kind of play was being run, all that stuff.
Right.
The paranoia of coaches today and Vrabel was one of the worst. Wisenhunt's who started this crap here, but it was just like, oh no, our opponent might watch Joe Dubin's story on Channel 4 and see the 2 seconds of this play that's on there and might figure out our whole offense. It's like, no, they're not. And I mean, I'm sure that I know you've said that, like,
Did me give you the story?
yeah, give me the story.
So 2015, Wisnut got fired. I'm at practice. Last play they did was this reverse back to Mariota. He throws back across the field to Anthony Fasano. So I do the news that night on Channel 4. I show that film, all that goes in. Well, Saturday night they put the play in, and they take it out, put it back in, take it out because Malarkey had seen my sportscast, which I don't know why he was watching me.
Thanks for watching, Mike.
And that play was in there. They were so worried that the New Orleans Saints would tape every because you could call a service and get all the sportscasts sent to them. Saw that tape, saw that my sportscast, and said, we're not going to call this play. They go to Sunday morning and have a meeting, 8 o'clock in the morning before they leave the hotel and said, hey, let's put the play in just in case. Maybe they didn't see it. And Malarkey's like, I don't know. I mean, they probably saw it.
Grief.
How do they win the game? On that play in overtime. Remember, Mariota rolls back to his left, across the field. Fasano scores. The next week of practice, Malarkey comes up and tells me that. I didn't make this up. Malarkey told me that. Said, hey, if you don't, I'm shooting practice, and I see this big, large figure come in my viewfinder. I'm like, what the hell is this? I look up. It's Malarkey coming to me. He's like, hey, Joe, you got a second? I'm like, yeah, sure. We talked. Like, hey, that play last week, do you mind? I said, hey, I got no problem at all. Then he tells me the story. And my whole thing was, damn, y'all do watch the sports.
Yeah.
He's like, as much as we can. I was like, oh, yeah. So that's how paranoid these coaches are.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just like, I don't know. And it's more of an us problem, I guess. Like, I think you listening out there probably don't care. I mean.
So let me ask you this. I never had this discussion with you. During camp, practice is closed to the media after 15 minutes, right?
Yep.
But fans could take and tape as much as they want. You put your phone out. Why can't I send Colin Kadoof and Dr. Crane to Colts practice as fans, air quote, and videotape the whole practice? Why can't I do that?
You probably can, but if you got caught, they.
Why? Don't get caught.
I mean, wasn't that the whole thing with Michigan? Isn't that the whole deal of like?
Well, that's different in college because those practices aren't open.
Yeah, well, these were games too, and somehow this dude got on the side.
But why can't I just be a fan and go up there and shoot the Colts practice?
So
that's not right. It's football. You take what you can get.
Well, and the thing is, like on practices that are open to the fans, we can be there the whole time. We can't shoot the whole time,
but fans can.
Right. But I mean, what are you going to do? How are you really going to control that?
You can't.
Like, is Robbie Bourne going to walk through every fan and go, "Let me see your phone"? Like, I mean, what are you going to do?
Can't see your phone.
Right. like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I'm a coach, I'm sending a couple guys to Indianapolis or to Jacksonville, tape practice.
Right.
Plausible deniability. I don't know those guys.
And like, I mean, this is a good discussion. We can keep talking about this, but like, I don't care. At the end of the day, come on, Dr. Crane.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So, like, I don't. Like,
Right. Okay.
if Brian Callahan wants to be paranoid, if Mike Vrabel wants to be paranoid, whatever. Like, if that's you, then fine. I don't care.
I get it. Before we go to the break, I'm going to read something that's going to make your day. All right?
All right.
On the text line. Hey, this is Josh. I just won the Heart tickets. I'd like to thank y'all and say that I wish my mom was still alive. Heart was her favorite band. Man. I'll be going to the concert thinking of her. Thank you guys so much.
Josh,
you go have the best time, Josh.
You go have the best time, and guess what? Mom's right there with you. So that is fantastic. Glad we could hook you up. We'll have more coming. Christopher Bell at the bottom of the hour. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
And the Jay-Z song galore. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah.
It's your song, JoJo.
Moving my hips like yeah.
It's always a Nashville party.
Yes, it is. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, the game on this Tuesday. Our question of the day, coach you could play for. Any coach. Can be coaching now, can be legendary, dead or alive, however you want to take it. 615-737-1025. We'll also have another chance to win tickets before we get out of here.
Yeah, I love that.
tickets.
Trivia. So we got you guys figured out. You can't Google these questions. You got to call in and talk to us on the air, and then you get one shot at it and then move on. And please don't call from inside airplane engines like AJ did earlier.
That was something.
My goodness.
But yeah, we were talking about, just covering practices and OTAs and all the rules and stuff. Honestly, my job now is not to go out there and report practice anymore. So I want other people to do that. There was a time, especially with the Predators, that's what I did. But now it's a little different for me. But it's still fun to go out there. But it's just okay.
Well,
Whatever.
it's just different now in so many ways. I mean, it's practice.
You don't see anything.
You
That's
don't
the
see
thing.
anything. But you know what Ohio State is doing? I think it was Ohio State, which is brilliant. They're going to let fans in $50 to watch a practice. That's more
Oh, wow.
revenue. So if the Tennessee Vols did that, all right, we're going to sell 2,500 tickets to our practice on Saturday. It's usually a closed practice. It's $100. They'd be gone in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'd see them make that money, donate that money
So
to
you
like
pay.
the
So, yeah, if it goes to something
food bank,
right.
shelter.
But otherwise, I probably wouldn't pay $50 for a practice.
Would you pay $50 to see the Dallas Cowboys practice for 2 hours in an exclusive kind of thing? Hell yeah, you would. Yeah, go.
No. Here's it. Right. If I'm not doing what I do, then probably yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, I could probably get credentials.
No, you're not. There's no credentials.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, you could probably credential. You sound like me.
I mean,
for the last 25 years.
being honest,
I'm not going. They're feeding us. I'll be there. That's how I do things.
I'll ask Joe if he wants to go to an event. His follow-up question is there free food? Yes. All right, I'm in.
Like you saw when I heard the spot about Dunkin' Donuts Friday. I was like, what? You'll
Okay,
be.
number one, it's just Dunkin' now.
Is it just Dunkin'?
It's just Dunkin'.
What happened to the donuts?
They have everything, so it's just Dunkin'. They have coffee, they
Hold
have
on.
donuts.
What did I miss this? So if I refer to it as Dunkin' Donuts, that's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Correct. Yeah, it's incorrect. It's just Dunkin'.
Just Dunkin'.
Yeah.
All right. What if I go out there and it's Duncan Stewart and not Duncan?
Is he on a billboard?
He could be. Would you ever do that? I would. For those that don't remember, Duncan Stewart was a
probably.
long-time DJ here in town. Great guy. When Tennessee started out 0-6 in 1988, I think after the third game, he got on a billboard and said, I'm not coming down to Tennessee wins. And I got to tell you, you guys weren't around. Chase, you were a year old. Dr. Crane wasn't here. It captivated
Wasn't he up there for 6 weeks?
the city, yes. It captivated the city. People would drive by, bring him food. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
I would do – so you may remember this. So 2004, 2003 or 2004, something like that. The Predators were starting to really kind of get into a groove, and people were buying in. But at that point, outside of the inaugural game, they had not sold out, a big game, right? So Nash camped out on the needle, the top of the needle at the arena for a Red Wings game and was going to stay up there until they sold it out. And so I went with Terry Bulger. Was job shadowing at Channel 4, went up there with Bulger to do a story on this, and they let me climb up there and check out the tent. He had a PlayStation set up, and
That's not really
it's
great.
I would do that. I'd camp out on top of the arena.
You and Bulger?
No, not really. I mean,
He's like, there's a certain type of quiet on top of Bridgestone Arena.
that was pretty good actually.
Oh.
So
Well, how long was Nash up there for?
I think a week.
Wow, okay. I mean, there's other stories about principals at elementary schools who stayed on the roof for 4 days to raise money for the library. I mean, I love that stuff. It's just fun. It's different. It's a great way to bring publicity and funds to what you're trying to do. So that was very cool. That was very cool of Duncan Stewart back then. So
Yes.
getting back to the original topic, it's Duncan now.
Yeah.
Is there an apostrophe after the N?
I think so.
Okay. What do you think so?
I don't know. 615-737-1025. Adam in Portland wants to weigh in. What's up, Adam?
Hey, Chase, man. So one coach that I think about whenever you say find a coach you play for, I'm not a female, and my endurance is bad, so I can never play for him. But Gino Auriemma, like every time I hear this man speak, I either come to tears or I want to go and improve my life. Like every press conference, sometimes I'm just like Gino pressers, and I'll watch him for like 20 minutes. You know, if you're finding a little time to do that, he motivates me. That man inspires me, and like that's what I think a great coach is somebody who you can talk to and go, I need to be better. And so he's a glorious human. I hated him whenever it was him versus Pat, because I'm a Pat guy all the way. But you just separate that for a second. He is an amazing person to listen to.
Yeah. No doubt. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
That might be
It's a
the
good
only
one.
Gino call the day we'll get.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it.
Oh, of
For
course.
sure. Coming up next, Christopher Bell going to join us, NASCAR driver. We'll be at the Nashville Super Speedway in a few weeks for the Ally 400. They're at Iowa this weekend. We'll catch up with him next. And speaking of racing, Music City Grand Prix coming to Nashville Super Speedway Friday, September 13th through Sunday, September 15th. Just go to MusicCityGP.com to buy your tickets. Use the promo code GAME for 20% off now through June 16th. Do that, MusicCityGP.com. All right, ESPN Bet. Hi, by the way. I just heard a hi. ESPN Bet, my official sports book. Every shot, every goal. ESPN Bet has fans covered for all the biggest moments on the road to the championship. The exclusive sportsbook of ESPN is the only place to find special offers and promotions from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities throughout the playoffs. New users can get a bet reset up to $1,000 and bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play. You must be 21 years or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Bye. Jason Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game here on this Tuesday, and we are just a few weeks away, the Ally 400 at the Nashville Super Speedway. and a guy that I would say I would pick to win this thing. Christopher Bell is on the line with us, the driver of the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Christopher, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing really good, man. I hope you are too.
I am, and you've had quite the season to this point, and we'll talk about that. But Nashville in a few weeks, I feel like this is a track that suits you, and there are several tracks that might fit that category, but I think this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, Nashville, man, it's been one of those tracks that we've been good at, but not great at. And I am so excited about the opportunity to go back there. It's been a fun addition on the calendar. And every time we go there, the place is just absolutely packed. So definitely one that we love going to in the summer.
This is the fourth year of the Cup Series and the Ally 400 weekend. Had you raced at that track before?
I had not raced at that track before it got put on the Cup schedule. I was fortunate enough to do a test back in 2021 before that first race. But aside from that, I had no track time on it.
Have you ever raced at the Nashville Fairgrounds?
I have raced at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and I'm optimistic that one day we'll have a Cup Series race at both tracks.
Yeah, that would be obviously really, really cool for us. So you get the Coke 600 win a few weeks ago, and I know it was, rain shortened and all of that, but that had to be pretty cool to win one of those marquee events.
It was, and obviously the rain kind of took away from the victory lane experience and stuff like that. So hopefully one of these days I'll get to win a real Coke 600, but certainly I've got the trophy sitting right in front of me right now. So it's definitely the race that I still won.
Well, and you won it, but obviously there was a lot of focus on Kyle Larson and in trying to do the double, and Mother Nature just got in the way of that. What was that? Was that something that you all were talking about as drivers, of just how cool that is, how many eyeballs it's getting on the motorsports in general for him to try and do that? And he had a pretty good run at Indy. I know he had a pit road speeding penalty, but obviously led some laps and did a pretty good job.
I'll be honest, no, we're focused on Charlotte. So we're focused on what our day job is.
Christopher Bell, driver of the number 20, here with us on Chasing Big Joe.
Chris, I want to ask, when you're going through, when you win the race, the Coca-Cola 600, do you go back to a moment in your life thinking, wow, this is really cool? Maybe the first time you got, hit the dirt track, or you're running in the truck series. Was that moment like, man, this is fantastic?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had, just moments like that where you realize how cool your job is, and I'm not going to say any of them came at Charlotte, but definitely the last 2 years making the championship race at Phoenix, it hits you hard. You're like, holy smokes, this is the opportunity that you fight for your entire life, and to be racing for a Cup Series championship is very surreal. So I mean, even winning my first Cup race back in 2021 at Daytona, I've had plenty of those moments for sure.
The first time you went to Daytona, was there a moment that anybody said to you, all right, it's just another track, it's just another track, don't get caught up in everything? Because if it had been me, Christopher, I'd be like, holy cow, this is Daytona. How did you kind of put that aside and just realize it's just a race?
Well, my first time to Daytona, I ended up on my lid and flipping down the track. So I got a welcome to Daytona very, very early in my career, that's for sure.
Oh, my goodness. With that being said, all right, so you come to Nashville next week. What do you know about this track? What do you know about this city? And I got to tell you, the last couple of years, it's been sold out. People have embraced NASCAR coming back to the Middle Tennessee area. And I mean, you guys are treated like rock stars a lot of places. But here, I mean, it's taken to a next level. Do you feel that from the crowd here?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, man. Every time we've gone to Nashville, the place is just absolutely packed. And as a race car driver, you feed off that energy. And it's so cool to see how the community, the fans, everyone has come together, and it has made it a special event on the calendar. So, it's definitely one that we need to run really well at, and it's a huge race for our partner at DeWalt too. They always have that race at Nashville and have a lot of executives and and people at the racetrack. So it's an important race for our team and our sponsor as well.
We're talking to Christopher Bell. He drives for Joe Gibbs Racing. Now that the NASCAR returns to Iowa this weekend, I'm really looking forward to that. That's a fun track. Obviously, first time for the Cup Series, but NASCAR racing has been there before. So what can you expect, or is it kind of expect the unexpected going to Iowa this weekend?
Yeah, well, if the track was the same as what it had been whenever the Xfinity cars were there, I would say that we would know a little bit of what to expect. But since they did the reconfigure and repave, it's going to be a lot more of unknown. And I think that's a good thing for our sport, and it makes the races exciting because you never know how it's going to unfold.
Christopher, I got to ask, do you still have your Chili Bowl trophy?
I have plenty of them, and I cherish them very much. That's for sure.
I think that is the greatest name for a race, the Chili Bowl. I mean, talking about you winning that, and the early years of driving. I'm looking at your bio, driving all these different tracks. I mean, how much fun was it driving in New Smyrna Beach and Mobile, Alabama, and other places around the country to kind of get where you are now?
I've been living the dream my whole life, man. Getting to drive race cars since I was a kid, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. That's for sure.
So I have a question, because everybody, whenever NASCAR goes to a track where you guys run the wall, they're always looking at you and saying, "Hey, watch for Christopher Bell today." Why does dirt racing and all the stuff that you've done in your career kind of help you with that kind of racing and these kind of cars in NASCAR?
Well, one thing that dirt track racing does is it gives you the skill set of searching around the racetrack, because dirt is changing ever so often, and the grip level is all over the map. You might have really, really high grip areas and low grip areas all on the same corner, and you don't have that in NASCAR. But whenever you get up to the Cup Series, you can generally find different grip levels on the pavement, and if you're able to search around, it helps a lot. So I think it's just a skill set that the dirt drivers learn whenever you race on the dirt tracks that growing up short track asphalt racing you don't get.
So, of course, I mentioned Larson earlier. Is that something you run a lot of races? You do a lot of racing. Is that something you'd like to try one day, the double?
I mean, I would love to run the Indy 500. Right now I'm a Cup Series driver, and the Coca-Cola 600 is on the same day, obviously. And if I get to a point to where the Coca-Cola 600 is easy and I feel like I could win that after doing the Indy 500, then yeah, I would for sure do it. But my day job is to be a NASCAR Cup Series driver, and I have to put my focus and attention onto that right now. But yeah, I mean, the Indy 500 is obviously a bucket list item, and I would love to do it at some point in my career.
Well, I think you'd be very good at it too. Christopher, always enjoy the conversations with you. Thanks so much for doing this, and we'll see you in just a few weeks in Nashville.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Christopher Bell joining us on the program as the Ally 400 comes to town at the end of the month at Nashville Super Speedway. We'll be out there. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the other day it was like, I'm going to be out there. Now it's we.
I mean, I'll get you. You can come. I'll get you.
All right, good.
I can make some phone calls. And
I was disappointed the other day. Like, I'm going to be out there. I'm like, all right, what about us?
I mean,
we're a team.
Hanging out with Joe Williams.
Joe's the best. I love Joe Williams. He is just he's a Nashville legend to me.
He is. And what's been fun about this is because life is so random sometimes. Like, I had heard of, before I started doing this at the Speedway, I'd heard of him and stuff, but I didn't know that he knew a lot of the same people I knew. Mm-hmm. And so all the radio stories that we've been able to tell, it's just been a lot of, because, we have a lot of downtime.
Well, I mean, you could call him now and say, Joe, 1980, the race here at the Speedway.
We'll get Joe on before the race.
It's great. He's the knowledge he has. Again, so many people have moved here, learn about this town, learn about Joe Williams. I mean, to me, he's an iconic sports figure in this town.
Yeah, 100%. In fact, he I think was working at the station that Duncan Stewart was at when he stayed on the billboard.
Joe Williams is everything to this city that Mike Organ's not.
What's with the Mike Organ hate? I mean, that's
not hate. It's just dislike.
You guys came out of Rayon City together.
He adopted a bat and trying to pass off as a cat. He adopted a bat. That is not a cat. Mike adopted a bat.
Does it wear a hat?
Does not. And it goes by Bruce. So you figure that out, Dr. Crane.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
That was good. All right. Get on the phone, 615-737-1025. We'll have another pair of Heart tickets to give away before celebrity birthdays, but you have to be on the air and you have to answer a trivia question.
NFL quarterback trivia question. Get on here. Call
615-737-1025. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We'll come back with that next. And celebrity birthdays and what day is it? Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. So we have some pretty weather in our city right now, but look, it got stormy. I mean, that's what happens in April and May, and they came through, and maybe you got some damage on your property. Well, if that's the case, your roof probably took a hit too. So you need 5 Points Roofing. 5 Points Roofing will come out. They'll evaluate the damage. They'll do a free inspection on your roof and then tell you what you need. And you can go from there. They'll also walk you through the entire insurance claim process, so they'll make that much, much easier on you. Go to 5pointsroofing.com. They're great people to work with. I've been working with them. They're easy to talk to. They will tell you everything that you need to get your roof back in tip-top shape. 5pointsroofing.com, F-I-V-E. You got to spell it out, pointsroofing.com. Go see them today, 5pointsroofing.com. Let's try this again. The Savannah Bananas are coming to Nashville, and you can meet the team's players and coaches, plus win tickets to their sold-out games this weekend. Join us on the Chasing Big Joe show this Friday from 9 to 11 at the Duncan in Cool Springs at 500 Cool Springs Boulevard for more details. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The Savannah Bananas.
Getting fancy down there, man. Looking forward to that.
Yes, we are. All right, we're going to do trivia before we find out what day it is and celebrity birthdays. So let's go to – we've had a lot of Joshes today call in. Josh is up first. Are you ready, Josh?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. All right, JoJo, give me the question.
All right, Josh, this is a question. The last time this NFL team drafted a quarterback in the first round, the last time the Cleveland Browns drafted a quarterback in the first round was 2018. Who did they take?
Deshaun Watson.
Incorrect. All right.
All right.
Moving with somebody else.
We do. Let's go to Justin. Justin, what's up?
How's it going, man?
Good.
All right, Justin. The last time the Los Angeles Rams drafted a quarterback in the first round was 2016. Who was it?
Jared Goff.
That's correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well
ding. All
done.
right, we'll put you on hold, Justin. Good job.
Let's go back. Josh. Let's go. Justin, well done. Josh, come on. Deshaun Watson. We love you, man. He was picked up by the Texans.
Yeah.
So well done on that. Good job. It's a fun game.
Indeed it is.
You got 31 of 32. I was proud of you.
I mean, the Seahawks one was it. I mean, I could probably name them real quick. The Seahawks one I still wouldn't get because I've already forgot his name.
Well, you named them all, but the one I didn't get was the Broncos.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. I was like, I did not get that at all. The rest are pretty good, but you did well on all these because there's a lot on there. Oh, okay. I was like, who the Chargers draft in 20? Now I know who it
Herbert.
was. Yeah, I'm so dumb. All right, man.
Yeah. We're giving Dr. Crane a second.
Dr. Crane's the best. I'm excited for Duncan. We're still at the Omni, right, on Thursday?
Yeah, we're at the Omni on Thursday.
Double remotes this week.
That's right.
Omni. Hopefully this week at the Omni Nashville Hotel we'll have our attention span will be okay. Because last week with
we were a little distracted because of CMAs.
Hey, can I give my weather forecast for Bonnaroo?
Sure.
4 days, no showers. Colin, feel free to use that with your little buddies around town, okay?
Dr. Crane mildly laughed at that.
I did. I thought it was kind of funny.
You could. I actually said that on TV one time, and Lisa Patton loved it. And once Lisa Patton gave him my stamp of approval, I was like, I'm good to go.
I felt like at News 2 there were, if you had the approval of Bob Mueller, Ann Holt, Lisa Patton, and Davis Nolan,
you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Look, man, we were buried third in ratings. We didn't care. We had the best time. It was the best time working for that TV station. We had so much fun.
All right, with that, what day is it and celebrity birthdays?
All right, we got some food on the docket here today.
Joe loves food, so do I.
First on the list, we're going to go Call Your Doctor Day. So, call your local doctor.
What if I called Dr. J?
I'm not going to answer that
What
question.
about Dr. Dre?
Maybe you're in his next song if he makes
Hope so.
I don't know. We also have Corn on the Cob Day. Love me some corn on the cob. Street corn, to be exact. That's where you go for that. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Cousteau Day?
Spell it.
Cousteau?
Jacques Cousteau?
No, not the chef. This is like somebody.
The chef, he's a damn mariner.
He said Jacques Cousteau, right?
Yeah, he was a guy that went underwater. He was a seaman.
He was also in
a Navy
Ratatouille.
guy. Sorry, he was a Aquaman. He loved to be in the ocean. Good God, just move on.
We also have National German Cake Day. I love German cake. That's pretty good. Chocolate.
I love cake.
Yep. Cake's delicious. Let's see. National Making Life a Beautiful Day. So
that's what we do every day.
Oh, man, come on.
We also have World Pet Memorial Day. That's on the list. And to finish it all out, Pizza Margarita Day. So margarita pizza. Love me some of that.
Margherita.
Correct.
That is correct.
Because I love margaritas.
This is pizza.
We're going to enter you in Can we do this one day? Can we enter you in like a 5th grade spelling bee?
Oh,
I would love to.
This would be great. Any local Nashville schools that need someone to.
Oh my goodness! Can we please do that?
By the way,
I mean, I would do it too. We could both do it. That'd be funny.
do you not? I mean, let's Jacques Cousteau. You never heard of him?
Yeah, in Ratatouille. He's the chef that passed away.
In Ratatouille,
Yeah.
he's also a great. He loved
What
the
was he?
ocean.
What did he
was
do?
a mariner. He was
A mariner?
He was like to be in the ocean.
What's a mariner?
He was under the.
Is there another way to describe that?
I can't stand one of you.
Was he French?
I guess I don't know. I didn't know him.
A Frenchman, eh?
Oui, oui.
A French what?
He loved being on the ocean. He loved being on the sea.
Yeah. Oh, a sea.
Yeah.
So, man on the sea.
He was. Oh man, Kenny the mailman's going to call in a second.
I don't like where this conversation's going one bit.
All right, we ready for celebrity birthdays? Here we go.
Oh, we're very ready.
First birthday, he was in Stuart Little, Hugh Laurie, also in that show with
House.
the doctor.
Yeah.
House, Hugh
One of
Laurie.
my favorite shows. Hugh Laurie is 67.
53.
65.
Okay.
Chase is up 1-0. The great actor from Games of Thrones, Peter Dinklage.
What a name. 52.
Come on, Peter. 58.
He's 55.
Darn.
You didn't know your Peters there, Dr. Crane. Next is Joshua Jackson. He was in the TV show The Affair. It was the one with the teen movie. I mean, the teen TV series.
Teen Wolf?
No, he was on the. Good God, Joe. Joshua Jackson. Katie Holmes was in it.
You were too caught up on Peters there for a second.
Peter Jackson, Peter Dinklage. Joshua Jackson.
42.
48.
46. Give them one.
I'm rattled right now, Chase.
You, Shia LaBeouf. How old is he?
Oh. 40.
42.
He's 38. Chase up 2-1. By the way, Fury, the movie about the tank. He's great in that, man. He's so good. I don't know who that is. All right, here we go. We'll roll with these. Adrienne Barbeau, the great actress. She was in Swamp Thing.
68.
55.
79. Frank Beard, the drummer of ZZ Top.
72.
78.
75. Come on, y'all. Chase up 2-1. The lead singer of Air Supply, Graham Russell.
74.
81.
74 exactly. Donnie Van Zant, 38 Special and Van Zant. Donnie Van Zant.
70.
67.
72. Chases up 5-1. We talked about him earlier. Dr. Oz.
62.
Oh, boy. 65.
64. 5-2. Good job, Dr. Crane. Singer Gioia Bruno of Expose, the lead singer, I think. She's beautiful. Expose. Come go with me.
47.
49.
61 years old. Bass player, lives here in Nashville for BR549, Jay McDowell. It's a great follow on Facebook. Jay McDowell.
57.
54.
55. Dr. Crane, you're back in at 5-3. Two more birthdays. Gary Finsick played for the Chicago Bears. Jeff Fisher backed him up for the Bears. Gary Finsick.
63.
58.
70. Dr. Crane, you get one last shot to tie it. The great Joe Montana. Today is Joe Montana's birthday. How old is Joe Montana?
71.
73.
68. Chase McCabe wins again. He's like 18-1.
Just
Chase
missed
is
it.
like the Savannah Bananas. He's rolling.
Hair Metal Henry said it's a marine biologist.
There we go. That's the way to put it. Thank you, Hair Metal Henry, about Jacques Cousteau. He's all things.
He is indeed. Fun show once again today. We'll have John McClain join us tomorrow. Always look forward to our conversations with him. And then, as you mentioned, later in the week at Omni, at Kitchen Notes on Thursday, and then at Duncan in Cool Springs on Friday. So really looking forward to that.
Be a good time. Hey, as we leave our show every day, to our guys out there, if you're struggling, please talk to somebody on your cell phone. You can dial 988. You can reach out to us. We've heard from a few of you guys. Let you know that we love you. Things are going great. Stay strong. God has you on this earth for a specific purpose. And please know this. If there's something happened to you, you'd be tremendously missed, and know that you are so loved, especially by us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, for sure. Peace, love, and rock and roll. I was waiting on the music. There we go. Peace, love, and rock and roll. Caroline, Willie, and D-Mace coming up next, and looking forward to that. They'll have more, and they'll probably break down OTAs, that's for sure. That's all next. Chasing Big Joe back at it tomorrow at 9, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.